Jacure loses it on Instagram. Hi, I'm Rae Williams. Sound selectors threatened by reggae singer. They call for a boycott, he pulls apology. Jacure longing for a manager?
You never see it coming.
In a nutshell, what's Jacure's latest rant about?
Well, Jacure has taken on the dancehall community's selectors. He has an issue with payment for dub plates and those kinds of mixes, and he is saying, pay me my money.
Is he worth it?
Well, he is worth it because he's an international brand, and it's important. I don't fault a man for knowing what his brand is worth or deciding what his brand is worth. But you also have to remember where you're coming from. And social media, in responding to this message that he's put out there, did not respond to him well.
His past keeps catching up with him. He's not going to be forgiven for his past. Is that what you're saying?
I think that people have given him a bly. People have allowed him, people have given him a pass. But they don't get past his past easily. Remember that this was a divisive issue. This was the mid-2000s. This was pre-Facebook and pre-Twitter and Instagram. But if there were hashtags at the time, Free Jacure would have been a big one. And he needs to understand that the selectors were helping to push the Free Jacure
Why
message.
is he so angry?
He's angry because I guess people are taking issue with what he is saying he wants for his dubs.
Jacure diss some people. Jacure not diss me.
And people are saying, and he is saying, I am rich already, me rich already. But the thing that has been most offensive is the all-encompassing SYM that he put out there to the selectors.
They're referring to Jacure.
Other selectors, for instance, Tony Matterhorn, have come out and said, you better apologize. They actually gave him a time frame within which to apologize and to withdraw the statement. He apologized and then unapologized, and therein lies further problems for him.
Would he be better off staying away from Instagram, posting stuff if he's going to get carried away and say the wrong thing?
Somebody needs to take away his phone and change his password. He needs to go to Instagram or Twitter jail for a while and just not talk. I don't know what's going on in his life. I don't know him. But from a social media management perspective, he needs to subject himself to being managed because he's not managing well.
And this is who we are. Music. We represent Phyllis.
Ordination on the way, along with more shows in Jamaica. Lady Saw leaving dance hall a queen, emerging as Marion Hall, with, she says, the slate wiped clean.
I have to go and serve the Lord.
When I got saved, everything changed. I become a new person.
It all got too much. Marion Hall tired of being Lady Saw, in her 40s, getting down and dirty, and coming up short.
The type of music I was doing back then and being on top, it almost took everything from me. I remember when I went to Sting and I almost, oh my God, I can't even find a word. I embarrassed myself. I think the biggest thing was when I disappointed God, you know, because I was having encounters with him, and I was a disappointment to God, I thought.
That was the Sting with Mako.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Earlier indications of her state of mind then in this ER interview. A tearful Saw tossing away her crown, paying too heavy a price for being the queen of slackness, rivals snapping at her heels.
Lady Saw was just a makeup name, a makeup hack. When you go on the stage and you did what you did, you end up have to pray about it anyway and beg God, forgive me, Lord, I have sinned, and you know, Lord, I'm gonna give my life to you. But it wasn't about that, it was deeper than that. My sanity, I felt at the time, like, you know, I felt low. I felt like dirt at one point, and I'm like, why am I allowing people to bring me down to their level?
Who she is now, a long time coming. Too many temptations along the way.
The devil can give you gifts, and the devil gave me a lot of gifts. And every time I wanted to go, he knew where my heart was. Like him hear me talking, say, "Me go give me life to God, you know, me get baptized." And I remember one encounter I had, in my bath, and the water was about to flow over. And in my spirit, I felt like I should go and get baptized, you know? And I said it publicly, and that was when all hell broke loose. The devil wasn't having it. I wanna feel you. I remember when I was so serious to give it up, I remember getting these heels on, and I became like a Rihanna, a Beyonce. People was running me down. I went to jazz and blues, and I remember when Let Me Turn Up My Trey song, John Legend was performing, and people was running me down and not paying him any mind. And Miss Heels on turn around, take a picture, and I felt so bad for him because he was on stage and I was disrupting his thing because I was standing there. So that is how the devil pulled me in with, you're making all this money again, and it's rolling in, and if you don't know what you're doing, you just keep going. I'm gonna ask God to shed the right man my way.
Gaining the Lord lost her friends.
I think when I was famous, people would be with me and around me because of, that fame. But it's no longer about that. I talk about God every day. Some people can't manage it.
But you miss those people?
No. If you're not, listen, I can tell you this. I'll trade in any friend for Jesus, more of Jesus.
But in the business, not many people.
In the business, I haven't gotten a call from anyone in the business to say congratulations when I got saved. I never hear like somebody, one person called me to ask me to introduce them while they were going on a show, and I said I can't do it. And the person kind of get agitated, and I'm like, where's your manager? Let me talk to him because you don't understand, But other than that, I can't remember somebody calling me to say, oh, congratulations on your transformation. No.
She may have moved on, harder for others to let go.
When I step out of a car and step out in the street, or I am on a flight, people will say, we're missing a dance hall and nobody can take your space. I'm like, my space ain't there. I'm not working for the Lord, and that's none of my concern. You should be anointed and filled with the Holy Ghost. You see management at work? Give me management. Let me get this up.
A second album, His Grace, pending as Marion Hall.
I had was to dig hard for some dancehall. Though I said, God, I need some dancehall because I have to get in the nook and the crannies where the people, them type of people, we have to be out there among the Gentiles, because Jesus did walk among the Gentiles. So we have to try win souls from way down there. So, so we have, God bless me with country gospel, like bluesy type of country, and then a little jazzy bluesy, then a little reggae here. But I had was to get this. I want to have to turn back Christian, who do repent and come back Christian.
And you will still do some of the old songs?
Never. Let
Not
me tell
one?
you. No, let me tell you about my God. My God is
Give me a reason.
No. I'm not short of anything. Our God supply all our needs. There is nothing lacking. I have so much songs. I can just right now. When you speak about my Jesus, don't say things that you don't know. I have so much songs that I would love to put. 17 tracks we end up with on one album.
So you're ashamed of the old songs?
No, I'm not ashamed, but I don't need it.
And you can talk dirty, right? Say something dirty too.
We don't need the devil's gift. We don't need nothing where the devil they give it. Come on now.
Don't try drawing out Marion on dancehall.
I don't know what's going on in dancehall really. I don't know nothing because I don't even have a TV. If I'm driving by and I hear a song that is inappropriate, I said to myself, I really saw me this sound? I saw me this sound?
Much less controversial subjects like Chosen and Dovey Magnum.
What I have to say about that is I didn't know nothing.
You sin!
Gina Jennings.
And the devil come now with a spirit of confusion, and a spirit make Christian look like Poppy Show. I mean, allow Satan to make me look like Poppy Show. So I stay out. I'm into kingdom business.
But you won't wear makeup.
Oh please, I have on some right now.
Usher him out.
Or Vegas.
Listen, if God don't tell me to say anything, and not saying anything.
I have to go.
But the Lord did tell Marion to get baptized.
When I came out and say, I'm Minister Marion all, some people was like, what should I call ourselves minister? Because I was ordained by the Lord himself. I'm one of his elect. He spoke to me in my house and he addressed me as evangelist and he also addressed me as minister. So what am I going to do about it?
It was a voice or you saw him?
It was a voice. I can explain. One brethren say, oh God talk, tell me no. There's a subtle, humble voice that never shouts. When he said to me, go and get baptized, I was telling him in my spirit, it's Monday, everywhere closed. Him say, go now.
Back then, though, some questioned whether Marion was just embracing gospel to remain relevant as a recording artist.
Because me get old and me can't. But look at Madonna. Madonna is a whole girl with some nice legs, eh? And she's still doing it. So it was not about that. It was just me hearing from God and answering to the call. And I have no regrets about it. And let me tell you something. If I should lose all I have, and I have that peace within me, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I'm going to be frank with you and truthful with you. I'm not pulling in no millions like quick and fast, but God supply all my needs, all of them.
So you could have been richer if you had stayed in dancehall?
No, I'm rich in spirit.
You could have been richer in terms of dollars and
I'm
cents.
still wearing red bottoms, and God supply a whole lot of them to me.
You still have on heels?
Oh, please.
Looking back, do you have any advice for youngsters coming up in the business like a Shenseal?
Not familiar with her. I'm not familiar with her, but I'm telling, my advice would be, keep your sanity and don't do songs you will regret.
It's the love I got for you.
And do songs that your children will be proud of, because when they get older and see mommy on stage lifting up her leg and acting like, you know, that is very embarrassing to children.
And Spice, her leading successor?
No, I don't have any advice for her more than I would say, seek Jesus. She need Jesus.
What about John John?
John John was a good person, you know. He had a lot of good in him. But when the flesh take over, I tell you, if you don't have no power to fight that flesh, you know, you get in trouble. But other than that, he has so many sweet qualities about him.
So you miss John John?
Oh, please, none at all. I couldn't manage them trouble there. No, I'm at peace. And let me tell you something. It's like God give me a detox of all that, you know.
So John John is out of the system?
Yes, he's out of my system completely. I'm not looking a man. I had enough. That word. I had enough of that. I know when it's good and when it's not good and when I should leave it alone and when I know it won't improve, leave it alone. I want Christ, more of Christ.
Boys, you better take notes.
Marion's turned her back on slackness, but slackness did pay. She's given back, but kept a lot too.
What the scripture say? The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. So, am I gonna just give away the house and come out and go sleep under a tree? No, I'm not do that.
You earned it.
You just bless it and live in it, and I still live in it.
And you earned it.
I did work it, not work, me did work for it.
Was there one thing though that you did in the dancehall years that for which you've never forgiven yourself?
No, I wish I didn't do a lot of things. I wish I didn't go over Sting. I wish I didn't sing all them slack songs, and I wish if I could reverse that, but guess what? When God forgives you, He blot it out of the book, it's done. He never brings it up again. God has wiped it clean. The slate is clean.
Marion Hall set to be ordained as a minister. Getting in some practice with me. God knows I need it. In the meantime, she'll be at Fun in the Sun July 14, her birthday. She'll be 49.
You better not come, you're working under the skies, because I can see you from a spiritual high. While I wait, just let me testify. All my needs, God will supply.
Them out.